Most men are deeply unattractive because of Mother Nature and something called the Great Scam.
Hey guys, welcome back to Not So Popular Opinion. Most men are unattractive due to nature and a scam. Crazy, right? I guess we're starting off 2026 with more nonsense coming from extremely delusional people. Let's check this out.
Most men are deeply unattractive because of Mother Nature and something called the Great Scam. The Great Scam was the day that the male of the species convinced the female of the species that it no longer needed to prove itself worthy in order to reproduce and have babies. But the fact that the men are ugly says otherwise, right? They're not supposed to exist. They're supposed to be cannon fodder to the strong, attractive men who are worthy of having babies. So while y'all are out here being like, the men don't take care of themselves, that's why they're unattractive. No, you're fucking a 10,000-year-old genetic anomaly. He's not supposed to exist, babe. Like, there's no amount of moisturizer and sunscreen that will change the fact that his great-great-great-great-great-grandma should have fucking swallowed him. Like, we are out here fucking and making babies like we're a goddamn endangered species, but the breeding stock is foul. And that's why most men are ugly, okay? They DEI'd themselves into someone's grandma's coochie, and now we are all forced to deal with the consequences of that. Sucks.
So this woman felt it was okay for her to get on Al Gore's internet and call her mama trifling and stupid and her daddy ugly. And somehow other women are agreeing with this. That's what y'all saying. Y'all saying that y'all mama fell for the okie doke with an ugly ass man because she was stupid and or trifling. Either she was money hungry, or too ignorant to realize that his game was weak, or too blind to see he was ugly. But she was not scammed into giving up anything. Alright? That's not a scam. And for this ugly woman to be the bearer of this delusional ass theory that she has is wild. It's wild. Yes, it would come off crazy coming from an attractive woman. But this is not the person who should be spreading this message. No way should this person be spreading a message about men, anybody, being unattractive. This is what happens when nobody tells women the truth. We have negatives out here calling most men unattractive. A negative. That's what she is. Because if you don't agree, tell me where she fits on a scale of 1 to 10, and then also put yourself on that scale. And you will agree that she lies nowhere near you. And most people that are not brain dead realize that they aren't even 7s, 8s, 9s, or 10s. So if you would rate yourself average, where does she fall? Let's ignore the sisterhood, ignore the code. Let's be honest and say where she falls on this. So no, we don't want to hear this from her, especially if we want to hear from somebody attractive. This is crazy. This is nonsense. And for anybody to see this as anything more than a grift or a joke is wild. And there are people taking this seriously. There are people defending this. No, ugly men didn't mate with extremely attractive women due to some scam or some trick they played on them. Either those women were equally unattractive, they were after some money, or something else that ugly man that you claim he was ugly man had that she wanted and that she needed. It has nothing to do with patriarchy. This is simple. I have something, you want it. You have something, I want it. We make it happen. Normally, that's how it works for, most functional human beings, adults, children, anybody. That's normally how it works with anything. But, this is just another level of finding a way out of accountability at all costs. Let's check out some of these comments. First comment here. I just posted the picture of the receptionist from Monsters Inc. And I can't unsee it, y'all. I cannot unsee it. Person here says you're wrong and right at the same time. Man, even the glasses are the same, dude. Yeah, he ain't lying. That is wild, man. That is wild how accurate that is. That's wild. Next comment here says the call is from inside the house. This person responds, y'all are mad saying because she's ugly, she shouldn't be saying this. But if a pretty girl would say this, which pretty girls do say this, y'all would still be mad. And it wouldn't make a difference, so shut the fuck up. It makes a huge difference. It makes a huge difference. Like I said before, nobody should be saying this delusional nonsense because it's crazy. But yes, it matters who the messenger is. It does. It matters who the messenger is. When you're hearing a joke, even if the joke isn't the most, hilarious joke you ever heard, depending on the person telling that joke, you laugh a different way. If that person is more charismatic or better presenter, or you just like that person better, the message comes off better to you as the person receiving it and hearing it. That's just how it works. I don't go to poor people asking advice on how to improve my life and become richer monetarily. That's not how that works. If you were to ask for gym advice and you had a fat guy and the guy who spends all day in the gym getting ripped, who are you gonna go to for that advice? That's just how it works. You go for the person who clearly is in an advantage in that direction. You don't take advice from ugly people. That's why I tell women I know all the time, quit taking dating advice from single, miserable ladies who hate men, because they're not gonna help you. It's just not gonna help. She clearly is just a ugly man hater. Like, come on. She doesn't own a mirror. None of this. Come on. I know she's seen herself, but I'm pretty sure all the girls hype her up, tell her she's great looking. But she just called her mom and her dad ugly. Clearly, because if ugly people beget ugly children and we're looking at somebody ugly, that means, in fact, her parents are ugly. I didn't say it, she did. Next comment here says, people in the comments saying Anthony Joshua, but he ain't too much to look at either. Person response says, like, yes, he caught my eye, but then I realized the bar is so low now. Person response to this, the bar for women should be higher, to be honest. Are you freaking kidding me? I'm going to show you what this poster looks like just to prove a point. This person is talking about the boxer Anthony Joshua is unattractive, but looks like this. Looks like this. This is what I'm saying. Nobody is telling these ugly ass people the truth, and they are going on to spread more ugly nonsense. You have no business talking about how anybody looks, and I'm talking about how basically the bar is set so low that people find him attractive. Or you gotta be kidding me. Next person here says, I saw a video of a girl once saying that patriarchy guarantees men to pass down their genetics even though they don't have the strongest genes, and that could... Next comment here says, I saw a video of a girl once saying that the patriarchy guarantees men to pass down their genetics even though they don't have the strongest genes, and that could slow down evolution, and I think she's so right. Apparently somewhere in your bloodline, the evolution stopped, and y'all clearly became dumber, because this is nonsense. First of all, there are plenty of men complaining about not being able to mate or get with women because they are ugly or because people find them unattractive. And not digging at the men, I'm just saying they are in a deficit in the other things that would get them women, whether they're ugly or not. They don't have money, maybe they don't have game, but they're missing something else. There are plenty of ugly dudes with money that get women. There are plenty of ugly men that have money that hook up with women all the time because the women want that money. So no, this is crazy. And then look at you. I'm sorry, I don't know which one of you are, but both of y'all getting it. Neither one of y'all, you got your friend throwing this, if that's your friend or your sister or whatever. Both of y'all unattractive. How dare y'all call people unattractive? Or talk about the ugly men out there. Look in the damn mirror. Next comment here says, it's so true. Look at Anthony Joshua. We used to see men like him at least once a quarter. Now we only see them once or twice a lifetime. Once or twice a lifetime. Not only is she saying that a large number of men are unattractive, she's saying damn near the entire population of men is unattractive. Once in a lifetime? Once or twice in a lifetime. You have never seen an attractive man besides Anthony Joshua. Anthony Joshua, who they're deriding all of a sudden. It's weird. Like, people have known who Anthony Joshua was for years. Never heard about him until his recent boxing match, which is nuts, but that's how some of these crazy ass women work. You're telling me the only man you have seen attractive in your entire lifetime is Anthony Joshua? But you are a fucking liar. Where do they find the confidence to say this crazy ass shit? And as you can see, this woman is unattractive. She is unattractive, just like the other ones making this crazy statement about men being unattractive. Sisterhood, I am begging you, rein these motherfuckers in. Somebody has to talk to these women and remind them that they are not it. So stop with the nonsense. Last comment here says, look who's talking. Person responds, she's probably a result of what she's talking about, which makes her point. She's a result of a 10,000-year-old genetic anomaly, like she said. Next person responds, the woman talking is generally more attractive than most men I've seen.
What did he say?
What are you talking about? The sisterhood must be stopped, no matter the cost. If this is what happens when you have to stay on code with the sisterhood, to where you sit here and say out of your mouth like this woman is the result of a 10,000-year-old anomaly, and she's correct. Most people are average. That's why it's called that. Most people are average, and that is perfectly fine. Most people, men or women, are not just ugly, hideous creatures like the person that made this original post. I most likely find that these people are talking about the people in their inner circle, and they may be talking about family or friends, because unattractive people tend to attract unattractive people. That's just how it works. So they're gravitating towards other unattractive people, and so that's what they see.
He ain't lying.
For this woman to say that the woman talking is generally more attractive than most men that she's seen, proves that women will say anything but the truth. Ain't no way. There ain't no way that this woman is more attractive than most men you've seen. That's not possible. The math ain't mathing. The messenger matters. The message matters. Being truthful and living in reality matters. We need to get back to that, because this just ain't it. Thank y'all for liking, sharing, subscribing, and commenting. Let me know what y'all think. Am I off base with this? Or is this clown living in a circus of our own making? See y'all on the next one. Peace.